Leonard tied for 5th in the NBA with 92 three-point field goals. And in the front court for Denver, Antonio McDyess, James Posey, and Raef LaFrentz starts at center. McDyess selected to his first NBA All-Star game. He will be right back here in Washington next week. And the head coach in his 5th season is Dan Issel, as well as the president of basketball operations. He makes his 2nd stint with his squad. He also coached the team back in 1992 for 2 seasons, and then came back 3 years ago as vice president and general manager. Your Washington Wizards have a record of 12 wins and 35 losses, 8-16 here at home, 4-19 on the road. They've won 5 of their last 6. Richard Hamilton and Chris Whitney start in the backcourt. Whitney averaging 14 points, 7.5 assists against Denver in 2 games last season. And in the front court for Washington, Juwan Howard with Michael Smith and Calvin Booth, who went 7 for 9 against Orlando with a career-high 18 points and 6 blocks against the Magic here Wednesday night. And the head coach is 52-year-old Leonard Hamilton from Gastonia, North Carolina. 28 years in college as a head coach, including the last 10 at the University of Miami. His assistants are Larry Drew, Johnny Bach, Stan Jones, and the trainer is Kevin Johnson. Let's check the forward keys to the game, Phil Chenier.
Well, Denver is 1st in blocks. They're also 2nd in fewest turnovers. They do a good job protecting the basketball. 3-point shooting, another strength for this team. They're 10th best in the NBA, 35%. Now, over the last 3 games, they've only shot 23%. However, that does not stop them from leading the league in 3-pointers made and attempted. So that means Washington will have to defend the threes. And why do I say that? Because they are 29th in defending the threes. Their opponents shoot almost 40%. That's a league acting against the threes.
The officials for tonight's game: Mike Mathis, Jack Nees, and Tim Donaghy. And we are set to go with McDyess and Calvin Booth jumping at center court. And Denver easily controls the tip underway at MCI Center. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier with you tonight. Glad you're with us as the Wizards look to get back on another win streak after posting 5 consecutive victories and then letting the game against Orlando slip away. Wizards had a 12-point lead in the second half in that game as Orlando whittled it down and wound up winning the game. McDyess averages 21.8 points a game in his 6th year from Alabama.
And he's really developed that outside perimeter game. Has a nice touch from the outside.
Richard Hamilton for Booth. He'll take the first jumper. That's no good. Michael Smith is all over the glass, and he'll bring it out. Nearly got it stolen from behind. Boy, Phil, you think about what the Wizards did defensively against Orlando and the game before. In the last 2 games, White and Booth have 18 blocks between them. Michael Smith still fighting, couldn't get it to go down.
They didn't call or blow the whistle for Michael hanging on that rim like that.
Van Exel, what a pass. That's rejected. That's Booth's first of the game. He had 6 against the Magic, and the fans yell, Booth. Howard spins, double team. This time Calvin. Now he does take it and misses. Well, he doesn't want to become an outside shooter.
But the way he used it against Orlando was very effective. 7 for 9. He made them come out and guard him. That left some other open opportunities for Juwan and Chris Whitney and Hamilton.
2 jumpers in a row for Denver. This time Raef LaFrentz in his 3rd year from Kansas. But how about that number I mentioned? 18 blocks between White and Booth in the last 2 games.
Yeah, I tell you, they've been, like I said, they've been averaging close to 6 over the last 5 games. So it's been a great combination that Leonard Hamilton has had from the inside.
Well, the Wizards have missed their first 5 field goal attempts. Raef LaFrentz at 6'11", and he can shoot. 3rd overall pick in '98 by this team, averages just about 12 points or better per game. And Denver's off to a 6-0 lead. Last year, these teams split, each team winning on the road. Hamilton springs 3 aside. That's short. Rebound taken by Denver. Posey against Michael Smith, gets around him and steps on the line and turns it over. Something this team rarely does. They are second in the league at protecting the basketball, averaging just 13.5 turnovers per game. This is the first of 2 meetings between the two teams. They'll play again February 18th in Denver. They split last season, each team winning on the road. Washington trails the all-time series 30-23.
Yeah, going back to that last point you made about turnovers, anytime you have a team that does a good job protecting the basketball, you got to look at the point guard and his impact with that number.
Hamilton gets the basket, and Howard is pushed from behind by Leonard, and a loose ball foul is called for Smith. That's rejected inside by LaFrentz, who averages 2.2 per game.
Who's that?
Posey.
Wow. Nice lob there from Van Exel, one of the top assistmen. Yeah, you know, you'd look at this team and you would think McDyess would be the shot blocking leader on this team, but actually it's
per game. Jumper short. Howard has the rebound. Wizards push it with Hamilton. Rip Hamilton goes all the way. Finger roll is short.
Well, Posey came in there and made him change that shot.
Leonard, 3, make it 2. He had a foot on the line. But Sean Leonard, who's hit 92 3-pointers this season, gets a 2. Hamilton fadeaway, good. Rip averaging 15 points a game. He's got 30 3-pointers on the season. And the lead is 6. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier. Wizards will be in Orlando Wednesday night. That game not televised. Van Exel beats Chris Whitney to the glass and gets an easy layup. So Rafe LaFrentz, despite a sprained left ankle and was listed as questionable for this game, started and has played well. No adverse effects. Whitney springs free and misses his second attempt. Chris has 1 of 2 Washington baskets.
That was Van Exel's first attempt tonight. Check that, make that his second attempt.
And his 93rd 3-pointer of the season. Van Exel hurt his foot as well. Against Dallas, he injured his right foot on January 27th, but he's played in 2 games since, and this is his 3rd since hurting the foot. Whitney for 3. Chris Whitney with his 70th 3-pointer of the season. Booth has just picked up, I believe, his second personal, and Mitch Richmond looks like he jammed a finger on his left hand. So that forces Leonard Hamilton into an early strategic move, which is to bring Jahidi White in.
Not a bad play from Calvin. Tried to come over the top or around the side, I should say. Not a lot of contact there, but he does have the shirt. There you can easily pick that up.
Richmond stays in the game. Well, that would have been a tremendous shot. That one-handed thing. Whitney's fouled in the backcourt. Called it on Posey, his second personal. And that will bring George McLeod into the game in his 11th year from Florida State. Denver has not have a great record on the road. They're 6-15, but 20-6 at home.
Yeah, one of the best records in the league at home.
Mitch Richmond spots up and hits. Mitch, back from that knee injury, averaging just under 15 points a game. Washington on a 7-0 run to cut it to 6. Foul from behind, and now White has a personal on him, but how strong is McDyess? He knows where that defender is. Yeah. He moved quickly around Jahidi and then just went up strong.
Well, you've got to respect his fadeaway jumper. Watch him show a little bit of the ball like a fadeaway. He gets Jahidi leaning the wrong way, puts the ball quickly on the floor and goes around him. That's an excellent move. Keeps it away from the defender on his left hand. So he has continued to develop and certainly now playing at an all-star level. Also one of those players that represented the team, the country in the Olympics too. So he's gotten a lot of exposure over the last few years.
Kevin Willis, who has been around in the NBA and been in this league a long time, is in the game. He was part of the deal for Tracy Murray coming from Toronto. So Willis in here. In fact, on January 12th, they dealt Tracy Murray, Keon Clark, and Mamadou Ndiaye. Howard inside. to Toronto for Willis, Garth Joseph, Alex Radojevic, and a second-round pick. That trade taking place just a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And Tracy much happier in Toronto than he was in Denver.
Certainly getting more playing time.
Yeah, that's for sure. Tracy, as you know, was here and then went to Denver for Popeye Jones. Popeye Jones with this Nugget team last season. Fouls on Juwan Howard, his first personal. There's Terry Davis, as you can see right there.
You know, there's several other players that formerly with the Bullets or Wizards. Terry Davis,
Robert Pack.
Didn't see the hairstyle.
That's quite a do TD has there.
He's got some of the hair that I should be having.
We can talk to him about that.
Yeah, Calbert Cheney, another one.
Yeah, Calbert has only played 3 games.
He's been on the injured reserve most of the season. He's where he's at right now.
Well, in fact, he came off on January 23rd. They put him right back on January 29th. Calbert Cheney came from Boston in October with Robert Pack for Bryant Stith and Chris Herron, the former Bullet Wizard. Chris Whitney got another one. 3-pointer from C. Witt. And the Wizards, who started 2 of 16 from the floor, are 5 of 6 since then. The lead is down to 3.
Boy, they allow Kevin Willis to run a moving block in front of Chris Whitney, and it resulted in eventually in a turnover, but
Howard with time to shoot, spin, short jump hook. Yes, indeed. Washington has outscored Denver 14-2. This will not take time. 2:50 to go in the quarter. It's a 1-point game. Van Exel scored the goal. Whitney fouled him. Shoot 33% from 3-point range, which is 21st in the league. Wide open, McLeod. That's way short. And Jahidi picks up the loose ball. Nesby lost the ball to Richmond. Takes the fadeaway jumper. Good.
And now, will Nesby get an assist for that?
I don't know. Will Nesby get an assist for that? I'm asking the official stat man. Our stat man, Brian.
I asked that because he actually lost control of it, but it went right
he gets it
to Richmond.
By hand or foot, he gets it.
By
Whitney,
accident or
steal. Whitney out of the pack. Up strong and scores. And the Wizards have taken the lead for the first time tonight.
We saw Ryan Bowen trying to run him down and almost got that block.
Well, that was a great play by Whitney all the way around. He saved the ball in, and then he raced to the basket. McLeod scores. Averages better than 9 points a game, and another 3-pointer. Mitch Richmond with his 31st of the year. Willis. Oh, nice shot off the glass from the 17-year veteran from Michigan State.
Well, Van Exel, you've got to protect the guard against him shooting the 3. So that enabled the time that you saw Willis get.
Nice pass. Mitch off the glass. What a play. That was a spectacular pass.
Yeah. Whitney led him to the open spot. He saw the whole play develop, and he saw the opening, led Mitch Richmond to that spot, and then you saw Mitch finish off by protecting the basketball. Oh.
Whitney steals the ball away, and he can't get it off with Willis running next to him. Great first quarter as Mitch Richmond makes all 4 of his field goals off the bench with 2 assists of freedom. And by Dodge, do not follow, do not conform, be different. Well, checking the first quarter statistics, the Wizards, who started the game 2 of 16, Phil, made 11 of their last 12 shots.
Yeah, they really picked it up after that. Thanks to three-point shooting, they were 4 for 5 from three-point range. Ended up 46%. Hot shooting by the Nuggets, 63%. You see Washington has 9 more attempts from the field. Both teams with 11 rebounds. Washington not getting to the free throw line, and the 4 turnovers by Denver, leading to 4 points.
Nuggets at 63%. And Nick Van Exel, between his points and his passing, has accounted for 25 of Denver's 29 points.
Yeah, 13 points, 6 assists. Good numbers.
Nice pass again to Howard inside, going up strong, has it blocked. Hamilton gets it back, takes the short jumper and scores. Wizards with their largest lead of 3. And Rip knocks the ball out of bounds. Wizards have picked it up defensively and been more productive offensively, and they have regained the lead.
Good quick hands there again.
Washington trailed by as much as 12 at 17-4. Willis short jumper, no good. Heidi pulls it down with a strong rebound.
A powerful rebound.
Richmond going strong. Nice pass to Howard. Great play by Mitch Richmond. Boy, talk about pushing it up, Phil.
They're running the floor. That's something also that has really been standing out in my mind over the last month.
Chris Whitney, who is not in the game right now, has 10 points, 2 3-pointers, and 2 steals tonight as White picks up a foul. So now you have Jahidi White with 2 and Calvin Booth with 2 as C. Witt gets a blow. And this will send Ryan Bowen to the line. Here's another look at his fast break and how quickly Mitch Richmond gets it up the floor.
Well, they've been getting their lanes filled quickly, pushing the ball up down the middle, and then you see the dish off there to Juwan Howard.
Ryan Bowen, in his second year from Iowa, came into the game 9 of 17 from the free throw line. They've only played in 24 games this year. Gets them both, averages 2.2 points per game. And the Wizards lead is cut to 3. After they led by 5, Howard again splits the defenders and lays it in.
Boy, that was a nice play. He slipped, setting the pick, and rolled right to the basket. And we've seen several nice assists. Washington already with 10 assists.
And getting more points in the paint than we normally see them. Getting easy baskets inside.
Yeah, that's been a problem for this Denver team.
Tough shot from the baseline for Rafe LaFrentz. Up to Juwan, and he blocked from behind. Nesby's there. He got hit, no call. Nesby got hit on the arm with no call, and Richmond steals the ball away, and then he gets fouled from behind by Kevin Willis.
Boy, some pretty active hands.
As Phil mentioned, this team's second in the league in block shots, averaging almost 7 a game. You can see why here in the first half. Quick shot, no good, but a block out by Willis. Nice play by Rip Hamilton to knock it away. Good move by Rip. Stops. Foul from behind by Willis. He'll shoot 2. Nesby going to the hoop. Short jumper, good. Very active player physically. Tyrone Nesby has got 5 points off the bench. Wizards have their largest lead, 6 points. Leonard can't get the roll. Jones to the floor. Throws it, and it's recovered by Hamilton. Rip pushes it up the floor. Richmond for long range misses. Nice effort by Nesby to try to get the rebound, but he couldn't. Double dribble traveling called on Denver.
He tried to stop, but dragged his pivot foot.
And credit Mitch Richmond for the good defense.
Just stayed in front of him. That's right.
8:27 to go in the half. Wizards playing some inspiring basketball right now, leading by 6.
Playing some very good basketball and defensively making an impression.
Whitney rims the cup, and not only in this game, but really the last 7 games, you know, Abe Poland has been happy about what's transpired as this Wizards team went on a 5-game win streak for the first time since December of '97.
I'd even argue and take it back a little bit before that. Remember, they were losing those close games, and we were talking about how tough it was mentally, but they certainly were putting forth the effort, and they were, you know, right in there in all those games.
White, offensive foul on Jahidi White, and that's his third personal. I thought, you know, he had a foot in the lane when he received the basketball, but he didn't like that call, and they got him for an offensive foul. Here's another look. UB Mendy.
Yeah, it looks like he may have dipped that right shoulder into the chest of McDyess to gain some space and get that distance between he and the defender.
Yeah. Physical, strong players do that in this league all the time. Ask Shaquille O'Neal. Robert Pack in the game, the former Bullet. This is Pack. McDyess, great passing, and scores despite the block by Booth.
It's a really nice pass from Antonio McDyess with the left hand.
About 3 nice passes on that play. Hamilton drives, lays it off underneath Popeye Jones, and he will go to the line.
On the penetration with right now with Pack and Van Exel. Van Exel already with 7 assists.
10 points for Rafe LaFrentz. Hamilton's jumper way short, and the Wizards' lead has been cut to 3. Posey fouled, scored the goal. He'll go to the line. Lead is 1. They can tie.
That was a nice looking fast break. 2 fast runners out on the break. Robert Pack in the middle with the ball, and then Posey finishing all from the lane. And Robert Pack picking up the assists. One of those players that just always seems to be, unfortunately, injured. And he's had some injury this year, although he's only missed, I think, 1 or 2 games this year. But in his days, especially coming out of USC, he was a tremendous player, extremely strong, explosive jumper.
Posey gets the free throws, and this game is tied, or 1 free throw, I should say. Nesby's shot bounces, no good. Tipped up, no. Taken by Popeye. Nesby spins, lays it off for Booth's jumper, and Calvin knocks it down. Calvin Booth averaging 4.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game. Had 78 coming into this one, including 6 against Orlando, 4 in the 3rd quarter alone.
Showing a lot of confidence with that outside jumper.
Of course, we shouldn't be so surprised at his shot blocking ability. He was one of the best shot blockers in the history of the NCAA at Penn State. Loose ball foul. It'll be on Calvin Booth. So the Wizards centers are in some foul trouble now. 3 on Booth, 3 on White, and a timeout on the floor. 5:59 to play. First. Now the Wizards have some foul problems here, and you can see them, Phil.
Hey, you got both the centers with 3 fouls. They probably won't return. Mike Smith coming in now to take on that center position. And the only fortunate thing about it is that you don't have any real dominant inside players for Denver. I mean, both McDyess and LaFrentz like to go outside and shoot from the perimeter as well.
Well, the Wizards had a 6-point lead at 39-33. Now the lead is 2. Here's Robert Pack. Same 2 teams will meet again February 18th at the Pepsi Center in Denver. Pack goes all the way. Blocked by Howard. And Denver gets it back with 13 to shoot. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, courtside tonight. Final home game before the All-Star break next week. Everyone looking forward to that. Oh, man. Can't give up that pass on the baseline.
No. The passer, whoever's defending the passer has to be on that side, force the pass to go out. That was a bounce pass that came in underneath the basket.
Too easy. Nesby backs in. Fade away, way short. LaFrentz fends off Smith and gets the rebound. Vashawn Leonard. Hamilton up. Offensive foul underneath with LaFrentz. Posey for 3.
Boy, it's a can't like that. You have LaFrenz, almost a 7-footer, being guarded by Whitney, and they don't even get the ball to him or attempt to.
Whitney's short jumper, too short. Washington had a chance to go back up. Pat gets an easy basket. Not a lot of defense being played in this game. A little bit here and there, but
one thing I like, both teams pushing the ball up to a point where you can't get a lot of help defensively.
Richmond working hard. Now Howard's fadeaway jumper is short. Michael Smith battling, and Hamilton right place, right time, and scores. He's been a cleanup man around that basket.
Well, he really has. He's gotten several offensive rebounds. The only problem is he hasn't taken it back up. He's kicked the ball back out. Now, some of those possessions, Washington has still been able to score.
Wizards have made just 2 of their last 10 field goal attempts. Short. And Washington can get the lead back with a hoop. A nice play by McDyess, and they force a turnover. Great play.
Robert Peck wanted the 2. I think he also wanted the assist.
Timeout with 1:40 to play in the half. What is the Washington franchise record?
Why did you look it up?
No,
so what would you say?
It's got to be like 160 points.
161.
161, I'll say. Okay. You said 163?
I said 163. I said it without looking, but 161 points. Okay.
I mean, that infers that I look, I guess, right?
No, I just said what I didn't do. I don't know about you.
Okay. No. Okay. 161.
I'm for you.
Right again. Antonio McDyess steps to the line.
Just think, you remember all these numbers, huh? That's amazing.
For a man without an education, it's impressive. McDyess in his 6th year from Bama, just played 2 years down there in Tuscaloosa. Rip for 3, or make it Richmond for 3.
For good recognition, Richmond was left wide open, and Hamilton just tossed it right back to him.
Assist to Richard Hamilton. Mitch Richmond, 1 of 6 this quarter, but he was on fire earlier. Leonard off the pick. Deshaun Leonard in his 6th year from Minnesota, the former Heat player. Rip off. Nesby gets the board.
Look how quickly they advance the ball.
How about that? Howard reverse layup, no good. Michael Smith up strong and scores. The animal
is right back up. Got the offensive rebound and the putback.
Has 9 rebounds tonight from Dunbar High in D.C. McDyess with a big slam. It could be 161 points scored in this game.
They're getting up and down quickly.
$10 on the shot clock, 19 on the game clock. Howard open from 16. Smith and Nesby collide. Leonard,
So you have 2 players down. That leaves you at 5 and 3 because all of the Denver players are running.
Hamilton behind his back. He can put it up. He does. It's good if it goes. And it does. A 3-pointer at the buzzer. What an athletic move from Richard Hamilton.
Well, he used every bit of that 3.8 seconds once they inbounded the ball. But
that was spectacular.
Play. Yes, it was. Take a look again. 3.8. They inbound the ball behind the back. Make sure he's behind. Boy, he is well behind the 3-point line.
Well, he jumped from behind it, even though he was across it when he shot. But where he left, he's behind the line. Look at that. Heck of a shot by Hamilton. Wizards 6 of 8 on 3-pointers in the half. And at the break, we are deadlocked at 54. Nice play. Great look to Smith to White for the slam.
They did a good job splitting the defense. They saw the double team trap. They got the ball by that. Now you have numbers and good interior passing from Michael Smith.
Leonard again. That's partially blocked. A foul called, and I believe they'll give him 3 shots.
Boy.
Speaking of 2 for 3, that's what Leonard did. 15th lead change in this basketball game. Denver by 1. Howard. Jumper. No good. Van Exel, that's short. Michael Smith is there. And the Animal has 11 rebounds in the game. 14 his season high against Philly and Milwaukee. Whitney's long jumper. Oh,
tough shot.
Nothing but net for Chris Whitney, a 2-point field goal.
Ray LaFrance had to look back to make sure that he didn't block that shot. He thought he had it pinned all the way.
Instead, he had Whitney's hand in his, and the two of them did the tango for a couple of seconds. McDyess guarded by Howard. Fade away. That's a little short.
The guard's doing a good job coming in and taking those mid-range rebounds like Mitch Richmond just did.
White muscling in. Great play. That was sheer strength.
Looked like LaFrance was using every bit of leverage he could to push Jahidi out of that painted area.
Jahidi 3 for 3 in the quarter, and the Wizards by 3. Long jumper, too strong. Michael Smith with his 12th rebound of the game.
That time he made sure he kept Posey behind him.
Howard, and he's fouled by LaFrance. That'll be personal. Pushed by McDyess, spin, short jump. Good! Washington on an 8-0 run to take their largest lead of the game, 7 points.
They hit the backboard. I don't think that was going in, too. Well, it's tough. You've got to be disciplined to pull your hand back. That's once that ball hits the glass, you've got to do that. Leave it alone. I think Voshon Leonard may have missed that anyway. Hard to tell.
Leonard with 11 points in the period has 15 in the game. Richmond backs up. McDyess lost the ball. Wizards run 3-on-2. Whitney, foul, score the goal. He'll go to the line.
Boy, that's tremendous effort from Chris Whitney.
Over Denver. They had a 12-point lead on Orlando the other night. Couldn't hang on to it. McDyess muscling inside. Ooh. Hard foul by Howard, but he went hard to the glass, and Juwan checked him to make sure he's okay.
He wants to make sure he doesn't pick up any of those flagrant fouls.
There was no question, Phil, when McDyess got this ball, he was going up.
Yeah. Good footwork, though. Look how quickly he's moving his feet. And that is a hard foul there.
McDyess was the second player taken overall by the Clippers in '95, but was traded to Denver with Randy Woods for Rodney Rogers and Brent Barry. Played 2 years with the Nuggets, then dealt to Phoenix for 3 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. Then Denver re-signed him January of '99. Again, Jahidi. Fouled, and he'll go up to the line. Kevin Willis, and boy, talk about two.
Kevin's pretty strong.
Yeah, he is. Man, that was some power going against each other. Willis at 7 foot 245, and Jahidi at 6'9", 290.
Well, look how quickly they swing the ball around. Jahidi gets it in. That's a total isolation there. Willis not getting any help. The good head fake gets him off his feet.
And Jahidi misses the first free throw, shooting 60.5% right now from the line. And gets 1 of 2. Wizards by 7. Outstanding shooting in this quarter for the Washington club. One of the reasons they've managed to build this lead. They are 12 for 15 from the floor in this period. Shot clock at 7. Van Exel on Whitney. Lays it off. Knocked away by Richmond. Great defense. 4 seconds to shoot.
Yeah. It closed down. And that's a tough player to handle. Van Exel, one of the quicker players in the league. They had good team defense and then took away the passing lanes. Now play defense for the 4 seconds.
Well, nice pass. Tip up, and it counts. The ball hit the rim, which gave them a new 24.
I was surprised that McDyess passed that ball inside to Van Exel.
15 points for Antonio McDyess, who averages 21.8. Lead is 5.
Again, you see McDyess getting low, establishing good inside position.
Nice play. Richmond knocked it away, stole the basketball. Howard baseline. Fake. Good fake by Juwan. Tip up, no good. And taken by Denver. Foul on White and on Jahidi White. That'll be his 4th personal.
Well, I really think Chris Whitney was trying to give the foul before that play even developed. He didn't make that call and then eventually had to call the contact on by Jahidi White.
So McDyess with 15 points and 14 rebounds.
Whitney reaching in. I think he was trying to give a foul there.
I agree. This team 15-3 the last couple of years when both those guys have double-doubles in the same game. Richmond free again. Got it. 2-point field goal, a big one for Mitch Richmond, who's got 14 points off the bench. Richmond started the game 4 for 4. He's just 2 of 9 since, but that was a big basket. Washington by 6. Less than a minute to go in 3rd quarter action. And a foul called on Michael Smith trying to guard McDyess.
Well, McDyess has been, like you said earlier, Steve, very assertive and aggressive in this quarter in establishing low post position. And he's getting down low, holding his man off, not allowing Michael Smith or Juwan Howard, as it was earlier, to come around behind him to deny that entry pass.
So McDyess back to the free throw line, a 71% shooter. At his season high this year of 40 against the Rockets. And as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, we'll be here next week at the All-Star game.
Couldn't believe it.
He has the last 7 Denver points. And the Nuggets have cut the lead to 4. Wizards led by 8. Whitney, tough shot. Unbelievable.
Drew more contact, but still faded off that contact and dropped the shot in.
17 for Whitney, who averages 8.7 per game. Popeye Jones in for Washington. Michael Smith. Rebound number 13. His season high is 14. Wizards will take the last shot. Just about a 1-second difference on the clocks. Go to Richmond. Back to Whitney. Whitney drives, gets pushed, and almost made it, but he'll shoot a pair.
Well, they were concentrating so heavily on Mitch Richmond. Both Leonard and Van Exel were leaning over towards him, and that left Whitney out top. So now you close up to try and take away the 3, and he gets by Vashawn Leonard. Vashawn using that forearm to nudge him away from the back.
Seconds to play in the period. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, and McDyess takes a serious spill going over the baseline padding, but he appears to be okay. So we played 3 quarters of basketball, and the Wizards shot 74% in the period, making 14 of 19 shots. Hence, they lead after 3, 86-78. Gets fouled and shoot a pair of free throws.
Where they are, 7 points behind. You may see Washington get to the line a little bit more, and of course they've got to make those free throws.
Van Exel lays it off into the baseline. Popeye Jones is there off the missed shot by Strickland. Rod Strickland in street clothes tonight, not playing. Tyrone Nesby in. Hamilton lost the ball. Now 8 seconds on the shot clock. Rip goes into the lane, creates the jumper, misses. Fight for the rebound, and Michael Smith comes away with it. Popeye Jones knocked it free.
2 very active players inside there.
Nesby's jumper, no good.
Popeye playing against his old teammates here, so a little extra incentive there usually.
Popeye coming to Washington for Tracy Murray, and Murray winds up going to Toronto in the deal that brought Kevin Willis here. Van Exel, lefty, missed everything. Michael Smith saves it. Good job. Wizards like to get a hoop here, up by 7. Now Mitch Richmond will reset. Whitney out of the game for now. He's been running the show. Hamilton fadeaway, a little strong.
Well, no one picked up the ball.
Lead down to 5 now. Wizards led by as many as 8. Nice pass from Nesby to Richmond. 5 on the shot clock. Mitch goes into the lane, lays it up. Rebound Posey. Washington 0 for 4 in the 4th quarter. We're talking about a new ball game now.
Well, that's what makes it seem so dangerous. They lead the league in 3-pointers made and attempted. They're not afraid to put them up. That guy there, McLeod, can shoot with the best of them.
Howard to Whitney. Michael Smith has to take the shot. Rims it, no good.
Good looking shot. I like that move by Michael Smith.
It was a drought, excuse me, Phil, against Orlando that did Washington in.
That's true. But that was a good shot. Hopefully he'll make the next one like that, but it'll force the defense to play him a little more honestly.
Whitney tries to punch it away from Van Exel. Wow, they didn't even come close to getting the shot off.
Posey wasn't even thinking about shooting at that time, and the shot clock had expired already.
Man, seemed like a pretty quick 24 seconds, but...
Yeah, but they've got to be aware of that. Somebody has to look up and let them know, even though their bench is on the far side of the court. Somebody on that floor.
Hamilton's jumper, no good. Boy, he was hot before he went out with the 4 fouls. Since he's come back, I don't think he's made a shot.
Well, he's got a different defender on him now. James Posey is every bit of 6'7", 6'8".
Michael Smith, I believe he's just tied his season. No, he surpassed it. He's got 16 rebounds, and that's a new season high for the Animal. Howard is pushed. Let's see who they'll call it on. It's on Rafe LaFrentz.
Another reason Washington maybe ended up winning this game from the free throw line. That's the 3rd team foul for Denver, so they really only have 1 more to give up before Washington starts shooting.
Michael Smith just 2 rebounds away from tying his career high of 18.
Well, Chris Whitney had the right idea. He knew they were that Van Exel was going to curl off that pick. He tried to jump in there in the passing lane and pick that off. Watch him try and cut that pass off, but drew some contact. That's the first team foul this quarter.
Michael Smith comes out of the game. Jahidi White is in with 4 personal fouls. And the Wizards' 8-point lead has dwindled to 2. And the game is now a 1-point lead for Denver. Whitney, tough shot. 3-point field goal for Chris Whitney.
He had no other alternative, and sometimes shooters like that situation.
It is, however, the only field goal for Washington in the quarter in 9 attempts. McDyess, goaltending.
Well, Jahidi's going to come from the far side on the baseline. See him gathering himself right there, coming up and making the block. However, a little too late. The ball's on his downward flight.
Game tied at 90. Jahidi on LaFrance and gets the roll.
Well, that's a tough shot to go back with your right hand across the defensive player's face and hand.
White has made all 5 of his field goals this half. Alley-oop, easy basket. Whitney free again. Boy, defender McDyess fell down, and the Wizards give it right back.
Well, they're really pinning Juwan in there now.
Nesby's 3-pointer.
Boy, Jordan McLeod has really come alive. Didn't have any points the first 3 quarters. Now has 7 points. Ball clock just didn't move fast enough. You see it down to 2 seconds.
In the meantime, it sends Rafe LaFrance to the line. Just a 69% free throw shooter. And he's got 17 points and 10 rebounds in this game. 5 rebounds in the quarter. And has 2 more free throws coming. He's 1 for 4 from the free throw line tonight.
Make sure they, in case he misses, they get in there and get the rebound, secure the rebound.
He does miss. White with the board. Wizards trail by 3 with 2:31 to play. Hamilton, nice pass, White. He got fouled. He'll shoot a pair.
Well, from Denver's standpoint, obviously not a bad foul. Make Jahidi White earn those points from the free throw line. Little penetration there from Hamilton, then the dump off to Jahidi.
Called it on McDyess, his 3rd. Jahidi 1 for 2 tonight from the line. Wizards this evening from the free throw line, 7 for 13, 54%. One for 2 from the big man from Georgetown. 2-point Denver lead. This has been a great basketball game.
It's been a fun game to watch. A lot of fast-paced game, and then we've seen some good execution at times on the half court.
They'll call Whitney for trying to fight through a Rafe LaFrentz screen and give Denver the ball on the side.
Well, Washington has one more team foul to get, so Washington doesn't want to be the first here.
Overall on the road, they're 6 and 15.
Good job by Whitney. That time he did go behind, but he quickly closed in on Van Exel.
There have been 10 ties in this game, 20 lead changes. Richmond goes all the way, has it knocked away by Van Exel, and Washington turns it over.
Well, Van Exel made the play at both ends. The block on the one side, and you could see him gearing up to go behind Mitch Richmond. Tips that ball loose, then he releases to the other end, gets the pass, long cross-court pass to from Posey. And Whitney is forced to foul. Now Van Exel with 2.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Phil, it was the 97-98 season when Denver had a horrible road record and came in here and beat the Wizards 90-89 on a last-second shot. The guy made a pick under the basket. He hit the shot, and they snapped that road streak.
Boy, that was a good shot, open shot from Hamilton. He just didn't get it to drop, and that was a critical miss.
Hamilton has missed all 4 of his field goal attempts in this quarter. Richmond 1-on-3. Here comes Hamilton. Mitch pulls up. Big basket. 3-point field goal from the Rock. 17 off the bench, and the Wizards trail by 1. His third 3 of the game.
He had to make that.
Yeah.
There was no white jerseys underneath that basket.
They go to McDyess, guarded by Howard. Back to McDyess. 7 to shoot. Van Exel, backbreaker.
Ooh. Jahidi stepped in actually before he called the timeout. Fortunately, Mike Mathis gave them the timeout. Score here and make sure you get the stop and then push it up.
Well, the Wizards will very easily be able to look as Whitney shoots and misses. Howard the follow. That's just what you said. Had to do it quickly. And now, if they can play defense and get the ball back, they're still in it.
And they don't have a timeout, so whenever they get their hands on this ball, they've got to go.
Denver has 2 timeouts and a 20. The Wiz are out. Van Exel score the goal. He's fouled by Whitney, who sprains his ankle again. Great move by Nick Van Exel.
Well, he's so quick. You know he's the lefty going to his left there, but has a lot of herky-jerky moves that freezes the defense, if only for a moment. And he's able to get the advantage, protects the ball, makes a nice shot there.
Washington will have only this 4th quarter to point to, Phil. They've scored 12 points in the quarter.
Well, I mean, really, they started off in a very bad fashion as well, but they covered up for it in the first quarter, the last 6 minutes, and ended up actually very well with 30 points. But again, you're talking about those spells, going those periods of time where you're not productive at all offensively.
Well, they had one against Orlando. They've got one here tonight, and it's the reason that they're going to lose this ball game. Wizards led 86-78 after 3 quarters of play, but they were outscored in the 4th quarter 27-14, the final tally here in the 4th quarter. Very unfortunate, as Washington had an 8-point lead, but behind Nick Van Exel's 10 points, including a clutch 3-pointer and that last bucket in the 4th quarter, Denver hangs on to beat the Wizards for their 27th win of the year.
Another game for Nick the Quick. Double digits in the fourth quarter.
Washington falls to 12-36 overall and 8-17 at home.